Hello guys and welcome. So in this video, I'm going to show you my data analytics case study using R programming language. Now, this study is a little bit technical. So if you don't understand everything, feel free to go on Google and try to do your own research or like, comment, and I will try to give you my best answers. All right, let's go. Now, to understand this case study, I recommend everyone to take this certificate, the Google Data Analytics Certificate Program. I already took this certificate and I passed it. That's why I'm presenting this case study. And I think everyone should take it. It's a very good one and very easy to follow for beginners and advanced level. Now, if you are not technical, for me, I have an engineering background, so it was very easy for me. But for you, if you're not too technical with maths and numbers, I will recommend that you find a friend that can help you out while you're taking the certificate. And this certificate is a partnership between Google and Coursera, and it's very affordable price. You can see here how much does the Google Career Certificate cost. So they have IT support, user experience design, project management, data analytics cost $39 per month for subscription on Coursera. So you can just subscribe and follow the program and you will not regret. Now in the program, you will learn a lot of skills like spreadsheet, SQL, Quick Lab, and a new programming language called RStudio. RStudio is it's like Python. It's a very good language for data analytics, and I will be using R here in this case study. And if you see here the page about, so you can go at rstudio.com to learn more about this language. And it was created in 2009, and it's one of the fastest and the greatest growing programming language today. Now, RStudio have different versions, so I'm using rstudio.cloud. And if you go at rstudio.com, you will learn the different version, desktop, cloud. And here you can see an example of the code I used to create this data analytics case study for the Bellabeat company. And if we can run an example here to show you. So let's say I'm going to run this code chunk, and I've been working on this for many days, so don't worry if you don't understand right now. It's going to take some time to if you are new on this. So this is a ggplot that just show total state versus sedentary times of the study. I will try to explain it. So this is just RStudio Cloud, an example of graphs or visualization. You can see it's very cool, very nice. And yeah, and then of course you will learn this in the Google Career Certificate Program. You will also see how to use Kaggle. Kaggle is it's an online platform for data analysts people. So it's a very good platform. It's like LinkedIn for data analysts. Yeah, and then when I finish creating this code, I published the notebook on Kaggle. All right, so let's get back to the case study. Now, in this case study, there is a company called Bellabeat, and we will try to see how we can do some analysis for them. And you can download here the RMD file for this case study I did. You feel free to use it, create your own case study. I just recommend if you use, my analysis, just mention me on your analysis. That'd be nice. So here I have a portfolio where you can see, where you can download the case study. Yeah, you can go at my data analytics case study portfolio, and you can download the RMD file. So the RMD file is a file that you can use on RStudio. So you can just upload or run the code and good to go. You can also find this portfolio on Kaggle. It's the same, just I duplicate it on Kaggle. And I have all these links in the description. So you can just go there, download the file, and rerun it on your own and to reproduce this study. If you have any questions, you can Google it, or you can send a comment if I I will receive a lot of comments, but if I can, I will try to get back to you. So, welcome to my Bellabeat analysis case study. In this case study, I will perform real tasks for a data analyst, and in order to answer some business question, I will follow these steps. There are some steps in the Google certificate program: the ask phase, the prepare, the process, the analyze, the share, and act. I'll just try to follow those steps for this case study. So about the company Bellabeat. Bellabeat is a high-tech manufacturer for health-focused products for women. So it's a successful small company, and they have the potential to become a larger player in the global smart device market. So you have their founder here. They founded Bellabeat, which is a high-tech company, that manufactures health-focused smart products. So collecting data on activity, sleep, stress, and reproductive health that allow Bellabeat to empower women with knowledge of their own health and habits. It was founded in 2013 and has grown rapidly since then. The scenario of this study is I will focus on Bellabeat products and analyze their smart device and to help them gain insight on how their customers are using their smart devices. The insight will then help guide marketing strategy for the company. So the first phase is the ask phase. This phase will ask in questions for the analysis. So I try to better understand the data and the problem I'm trying to solve. And to do that, I had to do more research and ask more questions. For example, what are the trends in smart device usage? And how could these trends help influence the Bellabeat marketing strategy? So first, the company needs to better target their marketing efforts into their customers' need based on their usage of their fitness smart devices, and then make high-level recommendations for how these trends can inform Bellabeat marketing strategy. And who are the main stakeholders for this study? The main stakeholder here are the founders, of course, and this chief creative officer. Then we will present our recommendation here. So now, after asking all the questions and understanding the problem they're trying to solve, we come up with a business task. Now, you can see here, now I'm able to define clearly the business task, which is to analyze how Bellabeat customers use their smart devices, and then identify potential opportunities for growth and recommendation for the Bellabeat marketing team based on trends in smart device usage. Now, let's prepare the data. In this phase, I will download and import the dataset, then make sure all the data is organized, credible, and I will sort and filter the data. So downloading the data, then I talk to the company and they encourage us, they share the data with me, which is to use public data that explores smart device usage, daily habit from Fitbit fitness tracker data. So Fitbit fitness tracker data is a public domain data set. You can download that data on Kaggle. I have the link here, the data set we used. Yeah, you can see here the Fitbit fitness tracker data set that track, some fitness of smart devices. The data set was generated by responding to a distributed survey via Amazon Mechanical Turk between 2016, March to May 2016. And include 18 CSV files. Of course, here at Kaggle, they have a kernel that I can run in R language. So I already have the code on R cloud. I just copy and paste it here, and then run it back here on Kaggle. So first, we need to load packages. If you're not familiar with R language, I will recommend that you learn a little bit about R to understand these packages. It's just to load the function we will need to explore the data. So I use some R packages that will help me in my analysis. I'm using in my code the option message equal false or warning false to save space, because here when you run the R code, it's gonna give you a lot of messages. So I try to remove some of them to make it clean when we run the code. And here are some very good packages for R. You will learn them if you know them already. If you took the Google program, you already know these. If you don't, try to look online. You will find them. It's very easy to learn. The tidyverse, Lubridate, DPR, ggplot2, ADR, etc. So now after installing these packages, I load the library of these packages here so we can use the functions. And now we can import the dataset. So the dataset, like I show you, is from Fitbit. Then we can just import the data there. So first, we need to view, clean, format, and organize the data. And then after reviewing all the data, you can review this on spreadsheet or you can review on RStudio. So I use this code to import the daily activity dataset, CSV file, and you can see here an example of the activity table. We have activity date, total steps, total distance, and then we're going to do the same for all the other data set, the calories data, the intensity data, the heart rate data, and the sleep day data, etc. So you're gonna try to load all of this data into the Kaggle kernel so we can explore the data set. Now you can see that everything were imported correctly. Then we can move to the next phase, which is the process phase to clean the data set. So I spent a lot of time cleaning the data and organizing the data. So I used function like glimpse, skim without chart to quickly review the data, also clean the names using clean names. And it takes a lot of, hours of work here. So I'm not gonna get too much into details here, but basically for the cleaning steps, I just did not find spelling errors. I had to check spelling errors, misfit values, missing values, extra space, check for duplicates. And for formatting, I have to format some cells using clear formatting. The data types, some data were converted to numeric and some data were converted to dates because we have some dates were just string data. So I need to convert them to a date format. For the sleep data, I found 3 duplicates were found and removed. For the weight data, too many missing values were found in one column. So I decided to remove that column. And here had to fix some formatting, like I said, for the dates. And I spotted some problem with the timestamp data. So before analysis, I need to convert it to date format and split the date and time. So this is the code. So summarizing the data set. Now we have all data clean. We can try to have a quick summary. Now that all the data is stored appropriately and has been prepared for analysis, I can start putting it to work. Let's look at the total number of participants in each data set. Now you have this code chunk here that can give us for the activity data set. You have 33 participants, 33. For each data set, I have the calories, CSV for the intensity, for the heart rate, for the sleep, the weight. Now, so there are 33 participants in the activity, calories, and intensity data set. 24 participants in the sleep data, and only 14 participants for heart rate, and only 8 in the weight data set. 8 and 14 participants are not very significant to make any recommendations and conclusions based on this data set. So I will try to focus my analysis using the activity, calories, and intensity and sleep data. So here is some quick summary here. We have, summarized for the activity data and explore some, some intense activity for the intensity data. And for the calories data, you can just summarize minimum, maximum, median. So the sleep data as well. And for the weight right here. So quick summary give us some insight. Here are some insight we can find about the data. The average sedentary time is too high. It's more than 16 hours and definitely needs to be reduced with a good marketing strategy. The majority of the participants are lightly active with a high sedentary time. Participants sleep one time for an average of 7 hours. And average total steps per day is 7,638, which is a little bit less than recommended by the CDC. According to the CDC research, taking 8,000 steps per day was associated with a 51% lower risk for all-cause mortality or death from all causes. And taking 12,000 steps per day was associated with a 65% lower risk compared with taking 4,000 steps per day. Now, let's try to merge some data here. Before beginning to visualize the data, I'm going to merge two data sets, activity and sleep data on columns ID. They have the same ID, so we can merge them. And so here we have more participants in the ID data set than in the sleep data. So if I use the merge option in a join, then I will have the number of participants from the sleep data. So take a look. So here we have two options. When you merge in, if you use the Venn diagram, you can merge inner join or outer join. So here, I'm just showing you if I merge inner join, I will have 24 participants. But for this analysis, I consider using outer join to keep all the participants in the data set. So you just add in my code chunk the argument all equal true, which is gonna give me, an outer join merge. Now let's do some quick data visualization of our study in the share and act phases. So the first thing I try to do is visualize the relationship between steps and sedentary time. What is the relationship? So this code chunk is the ggplot2 that helps us show that. You can see here total step versus sedentary time. So I can see here a negative correlation between steps and sedentary time. The more sedentary time you have, of course, the less steps you are taking. Sedentary time is the time you're doing nothing. You're just sitting or you're not active. So of course there is a negative correlation between steps and sedentary time. And this data does show that the company needs to market more to the customer segment with high sedentary time to find the people who are not moving too much and market them and to try to convince them to do some activity, steps, working or running. And to do that, the company needs to find ways to get customers get started in working more and also measure their daily steps. By showing them their daily steps and measuring that can motivate them to tell, hey guys, you have too much time, you're not moving. Maybe if you move a little bit, that will help you. So another visualization we can see is the relationship between minutes, sleeps, and time in bed. So this one is obvious, of course. There's a correlation here. As we might expect, we can see here an almost complete linear trend between minute sleeps and time in bed, of course. So to help users improve their sleep, the company should consider using notification to go to sleep. Next, relationship between steps and calories. So you can here see that in this graph, also, there's a correlation here as well. You can see a positive correlation between total steps and calories, which is obvious. The more active you are, then the more calorie you will burn, because the more steps you take, the more calorie you burn. And then let's look at some intensity data over time. So here I have the total active intensity versus time. The code chunk is right here. It took some time to visualize this, but the idea here was to analyze the intensity data over time for the users. So the company can have a good idea of how customers are using their product during the day, from during the whole day. And we can find here that most users are active after work or before work, before going to work or after going to work. So the company can use that time in the Bellabeat app to use notification and motivate people, or where they are not, before they go to work or after they get off work, to remind them to do some steps or some running. So this data help us visualize the intensity during the day. All right, guys, conclusion recommendation. So collecting the data on activity, sleep, stress will allow the company Bellabeat to empower the customers with knowledge about their own health and daily habits. The company is growing rapidly and quickly can position itself as a wellness company for their customers. By analyzing the Fitbit dataset, I found some insight that would help influence Bellabeat marketing strategy. The target audience. They need to target people working full-time jobs and spending a lot of time at the computer and in the office and need fitness and daily activities to be in shape. So the user are doing some light activity to stay healthy according to the activity analysis. And they need to improve their everyday activity to have more health benefits, and they might need some knowledge about developing health habits, motivation to keep them going. The message for the company is the Bellabeat app need to be a unique fitness activity app by becoming a companion guide, like a friend with the users, and can help them balance their potential, their personal and professional life with healthy habits. So key recommendation is on the average sedentary time is too high for the users, like we said previously. So this one needs to be reduced by having a very good marketing strategy here, and to help customers get started more in walking and by measuring their daily steps. So of course, participants need to sleep more. So to do that, we need to add some notification to notify them to go to sleep and also notify them to reduce their sedentary time. So like here, the average total step per day is lower than recommended. So we can encourage people to take at least 8,000 steps per day. So the company can do that by explaining the healthy benefits of doing that. And by analyzing the intensity data, the company will have a good idea of how customers are using their app during the day. Most users are active before or after work, so the company can use that time in the app to remind, motivate users to go for a walk or for a run. And for customers who want to lose weight, it can be a good idea to control their daily calorie consumptions. And Bellabeat can suggest some ideas for low-calorie healthy food for lunch and dinner. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is I have some courses on videos on YouTube and Udemy you can check, and also this was my recommendation for the Bellabeat case study for a fitness app that can help users be more active, have more sleeps, burn more calories, and a lot more. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.